Hey everyone, this is Dr. Connie. Today I'm coming to you with some tips and things you can do to really combat debilitating fatigue. Counterintuitively, we don't want to move, and I get you. I'm a yogi, but when I'm in a lot of pain because of my autoimmune flare, guess what? I don't want to move. I can't force myself to move, and people really need to understand that sometimes it's just really painful to really move your body. And really, we have our safety protective mode built in within our brains to say when we hurt, we contract, we don't move. It's just like when you have a painful thumb or a painful index finger or a foot. You don't want to put weight on it. You don't want to use it. It's pain inhibition. It's a thing. And it's what we really have to rehab through as a physical therapist when patients go through injuries. And the recovery process is to get over your mindset, to really direct the movement in the areas that you need, despite how the patients might feel. And just when you feel like you can't do it, when you do move, you have to understand that it helps your body to metabolically be sound, be able to detoxify all the inflammatory cytokines that tend to build up in our bodies. And so even though it hurts, nice, easy movements is key. And so today I want to demonstrate sort of what that looks like for you. I'm in my office right now recording this podcast for you. And this is where I sit all day. And when I sit, when I'm in my head, I tend to forget about moving. So I do have a yoga mat that I set behind me so that when I do get stiff or feel like I have to move, it's sort of like my body cues me to say, Connie, you've got to move, right? But this is something I want you to do just about anywhere, whether you're working or you're a stay-home mom, or if you're just in bed sometimes, you can just easily get yourself up, right? And so I want you to come in a seated position like me. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And when you take a deep breath in, I want you to really expand your ribs so that you can really contract and almost have a spinal extension, right? Inhale deep and exhale out through your mouth. So there's a little bit of a movement like folding in, right? And inhale. Extend your spine, relax your shoulders, smile, put a smile on your face, expand your chest, and exhale nice and slow. And really get the movement into your pelvis, shifting forward, staying nice and tall, and stooping back and tilting your pelvis back. Inhale up and exhale down. And you can have your arms down on your knees, or you can have it by your side, wherever. What I'm interested in is the expansion of the chest. And exhale, scooping and tucking and tilting your pelvis back. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale up and exhale. Very good. And come all the way up. And now that we've sort of exercised or warmed up our spine, I want to focus on the higher part, which is your neck. So just a little neck rolls. Bend your neck down, roll it to the right as you inhale, very nice and gently. Moving slow is key. Exhale. Inhale over to the left and stay a minute. And be very gentle, because when you are really achy, this can really trigger you. But if you move nice and slow within your limits, staying under the receptive pain, then this can really help you. Sitting up nice and tall, you guys. And back. So side to side roll, right? And then take it back center and sit up nice and tall. So we've moved our neck, we've moved our spine. Now let's start with the shoulders, right? If you are in a lot of pain, just feel free to keep the hands down by your side. Just roll the shoulders back, up and back, up and back. I should say forward, up and back, forward, up, and back. And you can have your arms sort of nicely relaxed by your side, or if you feel like you need a little bit more movement, you can have your hands on your shoulders and move the elbows up and back. And you're going to notice that creates a lot more movement in the whole body. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall is key. Inhale and exhale back. Inhale and exhale back. 3, move with the breath. 2, very slow. And 1. Next, I want you to go ahead and we did the shoulders. And now I want to open up the front side of the chest, because what happens when we're in pain? We stoop forward and we bring everything forward. We contract forward. And when we're like this, we just want to stay here. This is our, I guess, like flare position, right? When we're in pain, what do? We contract. We don't stay out and we don't, like open our chest and be okay. We contract forward. And so I want to contract you back, right? Open you back up. Sit up nice and tall. Interlace your hands behind you. Hope you can see me like this. And then pull the arms forward without moving your chest. So I don't want you to hinge forward from your hips, but I want you to sit up nice and tall. It looks like this on the front side. I want you to roll the shoulders down and back as opposed to stooped up like this, okay? Down and back. And do what you can. Maybe the hand needs to be right where your hip is and you can't even raise it because it hurts so much. But you're going to notice it's really tight on the front side of your chest. This is normal. And that's why I want you to do it. And then bring it back. And you're going to notice, wow, it really opens. And all of a sudden you feel the energy sort of moving through your body, the upper segment. And so now that we've done it, when you're sick, what also happens is our gut stops working and you need to really make sure to stimulate it. So I'm going to roll backwards a little bit and I'm going to twist to the left, sitting nice and tall. There's no shifting to the side. I want to really keep my sit bones down on the chair and twist to the left. Breathe and exhale. I put my right hand on the outside of the left knee. I have my left hand behind me, or I have it on my armrest, if you have an armrest, and back forward. And again, same exact thing. I'm going to go to the right, breathe. And every inhalation and exhalation, you go a little bit deeper and back. And one more time to the left, sit up nice and tall, twist to the left, breathe, and back. Center and twist to the right. Breathe and back, center. Good. And now we've done the spine, we've done the shoulders, we've done the neck, right? How about that? All with just sitting, right? And so now what I want you to do, I'm going to roll back further. And I'm going to just ask you to look at your feet and really look down at your feet. And then really focus on the soles of your feet and then start to lift, just hinge forward and come up just a little bit. And then slowly, slowly, slowly sit back down. Do that like 5 times. Inhale and exhale. Push down to lift and feel your thighs really kick in and back down. I'm going to move so I can center myself. Hinge forward and come up. And back. I'm sitting mostly on the front side of my chair to make sure that I can control and come down. You notice how I'm not going all the way back up because that's going to place a lot more strain into your neck. And eventually you can even go all the way up and come all the way down. The trick is to go as slow as possible. So now we've worked our thighs, and really that squatting position up and down is really, really helpful because it works pretty much your glutes, your thigh muscles, all the muscles, hamstrings, calves, all the muscles that is required of you when you have to walk. And that's a functional ability we don't want to lose, is why I want you to keep moving. And I know it's counterintuitive sometimes because you don't want to move, but this is super helpful. And we're doing this all within 10 minutes, you guys. That's the best part. So now sitting up nice and tall, I want you to place the left ankle on top of the right knee, sitting up nice and tall. And when you do this, your right side or left hip might want to just shift open and then create this lateral shift of your spine. But I want you to keep it down, sit up nice and tall. Your knee might be a lot higher. And the trick is to make it so you work extending, sitting up nice and tall, pushing this down. What helps is to draw the navel to the spine. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale and exhale. First, those of you who do have the flexibility and eventually are able to have a lot more, I want you to bring your left toes up towards your shin, and that's going to really kick in this anterior compartment of your shin. And then lean forward from your hips, hinging forward from your hips. And that's going to intensify that stretch. And this is kind of like the pigeon pose for your hip external rotators and all the hip issues that we have with autoimmunity, right? And breathe here for as long as you like, and coming back slow and gently, ever so gently, bring that foot down and shake it a bit. And then now the right ankle on top of the left knee, sitting up nice and tall, really pull up and then pushing the right knee down, right toes up towards your shin, hinging forward from your hips, and breathe. Toes up and breathe. And remember, you can just stay here. The key thing is to keep even amount of weight on both sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, and then coming forward and breathe. You can alternate, right? So we're going to do it one more time on each side and come back. Right foot down, nice and slow. Ooh. And I like to mix it up with the spinal twist. Left and back center. Right. Match it with the breath and back. And again, left ankle on top of the right knee, sitting up nice and tall. Left toes up, sitting up and feeling what I feel and just tuning into my body. Starting with my chest, leaning forward and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come back. Left foot down, right foot or right ankle on top of the left knee, sitting up nice and tall, being mindful of my hips and what they're telling me. And then hinging forward from my hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming back. And I might just interlace my hands behind me and just open up my chest and just gaze up and back. And lastly, you guys, I'm going to walk my hands down. I'm going to go further back so you can see me. Maybe even roll sideways. I'm going to walk my hands forward and just come all the way forward and allow my head to just relax. And it's going to open up my low back. And I'm just going to stay here for as long as I like. And then slowly come back forward, walking my hands up on my knees. When you do that, the blood rushes to your head. It's something forward bend. It's something that you're having a difficult time with because, of course, right now you're going through a flare. But when you do it on a seated position, completely supported, it truly helps to get you moving. And I promise you, if you do this every day, you'd be amazed at how much functional mobility you're able to elicit from within. Remember, I don't have a workout outfit. This is just my work day. I'm at my desk and I'm doing this. So if I can do it, you guys, you can do the same. And this is how I push through when I have the worst flares. Okay, no matter what, I get moving. So I want to encourage you guys to do the same because, again, counterintuitively, any type of movement truly helps you to help your body heal. And here on our Mind Your Health podcast, that's what we're all about, self-empowering ourselves. Because every day, we're the ones who have to live with this condition. Doctors, experts, whoever outside of us can only tell us and guide us for just a small portion of the big part of our lives. Most of what we do is up to us. It's our responsibility. So the more I can help you to help yourself, the better off you'll be in self-empowering yourself to do what you need to do and really own this body of ours proudly and help it to heal in every way we can. Okay, that's what we stand for together. My name is, again, Dr. Connie Cheung. You can find me on Instagram at Dr. Connie Cheung. Also, I'd love it if you would subscribe to this channel if this was helpful and share with those who might need this. So until next time, you guys, have a nice week, and I'll see you guys all next week.